What's up, people? Welcome to Quit For What. I'm your host, Ramon Jamal.
And I am Olivia Brown.
Oh, okay.
But you can call me Liv.
Olivia Brown is in the building, y'all. So listen, me and Liv, we go way back.
We really do.
And like, it's wild because you were with me when I first opened my studio for the most part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking, like, did we do a full episode of Quit For What, or was we just testing the whole time? I don't know if we really
I feel like we did do a full episode.
We did? Okay.
It was still a test, though.
It was, yeah, we was testing.
But everything we did was a test.
Yeah. But that's, hey, that's how you get it going. You gotta work through the kinks, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then
Quit For What?
yeah, that's the point. You know what I mean? You just don't quit. You keep going. It's gonna get better. You're gonna work out the kinks and whatnot. And
Figure it out.
Yeah. So full circle.
Full circle.
Yeah. So Liv, you know what? Since I got you on for this episode of Quit For What,
Yes, sir.
why don't you let the people know about, what you got going on? I know I see you doing some stuff on social media.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Kind of like blog style stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But let people know, like, you know what I mean, what you got going on with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Give them your handles and stuff. They can follow you, check you out.
Okay, bad. What's up, y'all? My name is Olivia Brown, but you can call me Liv. Not me introducing myself for the 15th time.
That's good.
So I am a storyteller. I don't like to call myself a content creator or an influencer. I'm a storyteller on all platforms. So I have YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. You know what I'm saying? All the different mediums in which you tell stories, in which you communicate different messages. I have a passion project. I like to gather women into spaces where they feel seen, heard, and loved. And I host tea parties. We call them communities. A sacred time for women to share space and stories. If that's something that you're interested in, hit me up. You can come to our next tea party. I just had one on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
It was so good. I actually had a guest speaker this time.
Uh-huh.
And she just got to share her story, and we just got to connect and have further discussion around what does it look like to know your worth after going through, her story was abuse. She went through a lot of abuse. So she kind of just really poured her heart out and shared, and the different women that were in the space, I believe, were really impacted by that. So,
okay.
Yeah, let me give y'all my,
That's what I was about to say.
so y'all can follow me, okay? Follow me. So my Instagram it's kind of long.
Go ahead. Hey, you created
Y'all
it.
ready? Can't live the same. Live is spelled L-I-V _ after each word. So it's _ can't _ live _ the _ same. Can't live the same.
Okay.
Live spelled L-I-V _ after each word. Find me on YouTube. It's Live Abundantly. That's it.
That's
it's just
it.
all one word. You know what I'm saying? L-I-V abundantly. Okay.
There you go. Okay. Well, listen.
And then
I'm sorry.
TikTok.
You keep going. Then. Let me pause. Go ahead.
Just cutting me off.
My bad. Go ahead.
You ready for
Keep
me?
it going. I'm ready for you. The TikTok is.
TikTok is the names live.
Okay.
The names live.
The names live. And live is spelled
L-I-V.
All right.
Absolutely.
Cool. So listen, y'all, you know what? Like I said, we go way back. And I'm happy that you're here on tonight's episode.
I can't believe I'm here, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? So you ready to get into this conversation, Liz?
Let's do it.
Okay, so you were just talking about all your platforms that you use, okay?
Yeah.
And when you're dealing with these different platforms, they have something that's called an algorithm.
That's right.
Okay. Now, I remember when I reached out to you and I told you we're going to be talking about algorithms. What'd you say? You said that.
I hate the algorithms. Then I said the algorithms hate me, okay?
Algorithms. So now we have to understand which one is it? Is it the algorithms hate you or you hate the algorithms, right? So there's things that we can do to make it better for ourselves.
Right.
So that's what we're going to talk about.
Okay, let's get into it because I need to know all the secrets and the tips and the tricks because the algorithms hate me.
But also, I need you to just, let me know what you think about each one of these points.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I know you got some insight, even though you hate the algorithms. You got some insight. Right.
Okay.
All right. Hey, yo, what's up, iPad Animations? Thanks for joining. Mo
welcome.
for show. I see you. Appreciate you for being here. All right. So the topic is actionable examples and implementation steps related to social media algorithms and their impact on businesses in 2024. Okay. All right. And the first topic is optimize content for engagement.
Okay.
Okay. The example of that is algorithms now prioritize content that generates likes, comments, and shares.
Yes.
Okay. And the implementation on that is create interactive content like polls, Q&A sessions, or challenges that invite engagement from your audience. Okay. Now, with that being said, Liv, have you implemented any of these things to assist in the algorithm helping your content get to the next level?
You see, I never actually thought about it like that. I feel like I do include like let me know in the comments what you think about this, or what's your
Right.
thoughts on, like a conversation starter.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like polls are relatively new. Like you can add a poll to a reel now. I just noticed that feature. So I don't feel like that was around for like a month or so ago. Or am I tripping? It's been around for a minute?
Yes, polls have been,
Polls, yes.
Yeah.
Like you can add a poll to a story, you can add a poll, but like on your reel, it can pop up like a poll for people
Right.
to respond.
yeah.
Oh,
So
maybe
it's-
I'm just late to the game.
Well, I will say that I've seen it around for some time, but I just actually used it for the first time myself.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Maybe it looks different. I think they're branding it different now. Maybe you could always do a poll on a reel, but it's different. And with stories, like people can add comments to your stories now. Have you seen, like, not
Right.
like send it in the DMs, like it'll pop up on the actual story as people like click through.
Yeah. So
That's new. You can't tell me.
Well, listen. Here's the thing. A lot of these platforms, they have updates continuously, right?
Right.
But they have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Another platform implements something, then the next platform is going to jump on it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
To stay relevant, right? So again, we got polls, we got Q&A sessions or challenges, right? So there's different things that people, do to get more engagement on their posts and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
So these tools are available to you, or a Q&A session is just something that I feel like you set up yourself, right? A challenge is something that you might come up with, or you might see somebody else did this challenge, so you want to implement that challenge because you see that it's gotten, you know what I'm saying, a lot of engagement, right? So yeah. What you think about that, Liv?
Yeah, I think that's really good, actually. I know for me, I've actually shied away from the challenges, and I've shied away from like Q&A sessions because of like the fear of like who's gonna actually like engage. Like that's embarrassing if you set up a Q&A and don't nobody submit no questions.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of been like, but I know that that's a mental hurdle.
Right.
And we've talked about
I was
this
about to-
before.
Yep.
Because that's why I led with I'm a storyteller, not like I do consider myself to be a content creator, but really like I don't like to lead with like I'm an influencer or I'm a whatever, because of the fact that like the more that I lean into like just doing it for fun and not doing it for the response of others, the more that makes that freeing for me and enjoyable.
Right.
Is when I'm like pressed on like, okay, I need people to respond, or I want people to like this or whatever. That's when I start to like not see that result. You know what I'm saying? Like it's when I'm really emphasizing who's liking it, that causes me to be discouraged from creating it.
Right.
And so I have tried to be more so in a space of like free flow and haven't necessarily leaned into like, but what if people do respond? Like, but what if people do want to ask questions? I don't know.
And that's the thing, like you said, we've had this conversation before. Anything
Yeah,
that you
we have,
choose to
y'all.
do, anything that you choose
you
to
go.
do, you gotta be consistent with it, right?
Absolutely.
You're not gonna get the results out the gate. You're not, right? So, I appreciate everybody who's joined now, but we got somebody in the chat that said, about, nobody's here, but they are here. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We appreciate them for being here, even to be able to say that nobody's here.
Yeah, and even leaving a comment.
Thank you for participating in, you know what I'm saying? So, and then also too, a lot of times, you know, when you're on social media, you're live or whatever it may be, everybody doesn't click into that live, but they can still watch that live.
Right.
So
If
you don't know.
post it afterwards. If you post it afterwards.
No. During your live, if you're scrolling and you see somebody's live, if they don't click it to actually get into the live stream itself, they can still watch it.
On the timeline.
So you don't know how many people are actually watching what you're doing, right? I've been out and seen people like, hey man, I love your show. I love your show. I never seen them on during the live, but you know, they could be watching it, but just didn't click on it, or they can catch the replay.
You're right.
So be consistent. Do what you feel like you want to do to be seen. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now the next one here is leverage video content. Okay.
Okay.
The example of that is platforms like Instagram and TikTok prioritize video content in 2024. Okay. The implementation on that is use short form videos and live streams to engage with your audience. Tools like Canva or InShot can help create engaging video content. Okay. So that's what I really enjoy doing. And I see Blue Moon Yellow Stars gave the eyes, the side eyes. What's that about, Blue Moon?
Uh-oh, we got some side
Let me know what that
eyes.
means.
Y'all
Right.
feeling some type of way?
Let me know what that means. So, yeah. So, you know, just like we're doing, like I really enjoy doing, is going live, creating, you know, short content and whatnot, right? It's my passion. I've been doing it since 2010, 2011, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep going because I enjoy it, you know? So that is something that you can do. One thing I didn't know that you can edit videos with Canva. I don't know. I mean, is that a real thing?
Yeah, that's been around. Let me use your language. Yeah, I've seen that
Yeah.
for a while, and
Yeah, I use Adobe Premiere though, so
yeah,
that's, you know.
I've never used the Canva editing feature,
Nah,
but I know that it's there.
it's there. Okay, I can see that's the thing. I never even really messed around with Canva too much. You know what I'm saying? I know that there are tools that are really great. They're really good. You know, Canva, like you said, or like we mentioned, and then CapCut is really good.
Yeah, that's
you know
a
what I'm
good one.
saying? So yeah, so there's tools that you can just get on your phone that you can use that are awesome, right?
Yeah.
So we got G Code just made a comment. He said, "Wow, it's been a while and good to see you, young lady."
Hey,
That's it.
thanks, Chico.
G Code on TikTok. You know what I mean? So we appreciate
building.
you. Right, we appreciate you for joining. You know, but the fact that it said, you know, that these platforms prioritize video content, right? You know, I always try to push people towards doing video, even if they're like doing a podcast or something and they just like, oh, I just want to do audio. You know what I mean? I say still do the video because you can pull the audio and post the audio, but still have the video just in case you like, hey,
Right.
I do want to put out a clip. You know what I'm saying? So you will have that, right? All right. Okay. So I see Blue Moon Yellow Star. She said, it's all right, but not the best. I don't know. Are you talking about one of the platforms we mentioned? Let me know and I'll get back to your comment. All right. Appreciate you for being here for sure.
Hey.
Okay. Now.
Oh, I'm scared.
Okay.
What you got to say?
No. She said Canva. She's talking about Canva.
Oh, Canva.
Okay, cool. We appreciate you. All right. The third point is consistency and posting schedules. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. Right. So the example is algorithms favor accounts that post consistently.
Yeah, they do.
Okay. The implementation on that is use scheduling tools like Buffer or Hootsuite to maintain a steady stream of content. Determine when your audience is most active and post during those peak times.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, is that something that you do or no?
I did use Buffer for a minute. I actually have a content creation business where I work with different companies and helping put their content out, and I use Buffer to schedule out the content, and it's really cool because it analyzes all their platforms, and it gives you just a statistic on when their audience is most active. So like Wednesdays at 3 p.m. is the best time. Like if you want to post on Wednesdays, 3 p.m. is your time because that's when your audience is active. And I think that that's a great tool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Cause like for me, reality is I haven't like gotten into like, you know, the Buffer or the Hootsuite and stuff like that, right? And that's something that I do need to look into, you know, look into the analytics to see like what time are people really viewing my content. You know what I mean? And yeah, I think it's a good tool, especially nowadays with AI and whatnot. It can just like really assist in finding what's the best time, what's the best content, and all those different things. So there's a lot of platforms out there that can assist you with doing that.
And I'm seeing a lot of those, like as I look on my timeline, like a lot of those pop up of like, this app can help you in creating videos quickly and help you with, you know, generating like captions or generating like all these things. Like it's really a lot of AI apps that's popping up because that's like what's really fueling social media platforms right now, is being able to tap into the algorithm and being able to tap into the statistic and see like, how can I build my content based off of that? And a lot of people creating these e-classes to show people how to start their content and how to get their, you know, how to get the algorithms to favor them.
Yeah. That's it. So it's a lot of things out here that can assist you. So I always say there's really no excuse. There's no excuse.
It's not.
There's no excuse. If you want to do the thing, you can do the thing because you have all this assistance that can help you make it happen. All right.
Yeah.
What's up, cuz? Jerome is in the building. Thanks for joining.
In the building.
Thanks for joining. Okay. Now, the next point is user-generated content. Okay. UGC is what it's referred to as. Okay. The example of UGC is given priority by algorithms for its authenticity and engagement. Okay. The implementation on that is encourage your followers to create content featuring your product or service. All right. Incentivize participation with giveaways or shout outs. Okay. So to be able to implement something like that, like what could we think of? You know what I'm saying? Like for me, you know, maybe it's like, okay, look, I run something where I say, okay, y'all, we just wrapped up this episode of Quit for What, right? And I'm going to edit it up and I'm going to put it out. And I need y'all to share this content, right? I need y'all to give me a video review of what you thought about this episode, right? And the person that get the most engagement on their post of reviewing that episode will give them something, right? That could be like a giveaway.
Yeah.
Right? Something like that, right? Is there anything that you can think of, a way that you can implement UGC? User-generated content. That's it. UGC.
I think for me, when I hear that, it makes me think about like the authentic content, like someone just talking or just sharing their passion or just whatever, like just like not necessarily using an audio or using a sound, but just like showing up as their most authentic self and letting their personality shine through in their content is what the algorithms favor. I have a prime example. My good friend, y'all can follow her. Her name is Your Friend Kari. You are Fran Kari, Kri, on Instagram. Met her back in the day. We did camp together. But she just started posting like every day. She's super dope. Okay. Like sis be dressing and she makes clothes.
Okay.
Right. She just started posting every day, just her sewing clothes together, like just making these dope outfits, right? And I watched her account go from 900 followers in a matter of like weeks. 900 followers to now she has like 23K followers.
There
like,
you go.
Every day she would just be on there talking like, hey, it's your friend Kari, duh. Like that's her little catchphrase. And she's just like, she just has a really bubbly, like fun personality. So who wouldn't like her? But like, it's that, like, that's just her genuine self. Like she's not, but she also does use like audio sometimes, but she just shows up and just presses record doing something she's passionate about. And I've seen that grow more than what she was doing before. So I just think that that's like, there's so much value in that. That's not answering your question. What was the question?
No. That's good because the thing about it is, you know, somebody like that can help you get to another level, right? So you could actually, you know, say, hey, look, I'm doing my thing over here. Why don't you, just like you gave her a shout out, right? Why don't you,
My girl.
you know, show some love over my way and like repost what I'm doing and like do the, you know, the green screen and be like, hey, my girl right here, check out what she just did. Boom, boom, right?
Yeah.
So that can help you, you know, get to another level.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So basically that's what it is, like a user generated. So your, you know, the people that follow you or whatever, or just, you know, a micro influencer could help you to do something like that.
Right.
Right. So
Yeah.
that's what that is.
That's good.
Yes, yes. All right, y'all. So the next point on the list is,
Wait, how many more points we got?
we got quite a few here.
There's a lot of points, don't y'all think?
You know
Put
what,
points
though?
in the comment if
Guess
you
what
think
though?
it's
This is the show. It ends at 9, and this is how we do this because we are here to motivate, educate, and inspire.
Ooh,
Okay.
tie it all together then.
So that's what we doing here. Quit for what? So, all right,
Yeah, I'm just messing with
let's
you.
do it. No, I know.
Let's do the next
hey, look,
point.
And I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all have never seen me and Liv together, this is what it is, right?
Yeah, he's bullying me all the time, y'all.
Nothing,
Like,
quit playing. Nothing has changed. It actually might be a little more elevated because it's been some time, and she trying to.
I gotta catch up all the time.
You trying to unload on me. All right, y'all. So the next point in this series is hashtags strategy. Yeah,
Okay,
hashtag
okay.
strategy. All right. So the example is hashtags remain crucial for content discovery,
Yes.
but their use needs to be more strategic in 2024. Okay. The implementation on that is use a mix of broad and niche hashtags, no more than 10 or 15, to reach specific audiences.
Okay.
Tools like Hashtagify or display purposes can help find the best hashtags. Yeah.
I have never heard of Hashtagify in my
Me
life,
Neither. I have never heard of Hashtagify.
but I'm about to look it
I
up
know
right
that's
after
right.
this.
You know, so there's all these tools that's out here that can help you, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, I'm gonna check this one out. And then you go look at it, $500 a month.
Okay.
No,
Why I gotta subscribe? Why I gotta give you my whole life story and social security before I use
Listen.
your app?
no, I don't know how much that is, the Hashtagify, but it's, you know, sometimes you can find free stuff, but like the stuff that's like really good and can give you, you know, more than the average information,
You gotta
know,
invest.
you gotta pay. You gotta
gotta
invest.
invest,
It is
yeah.
what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah. But at the same time, it's like, you know, when you're trying to get off the ground as a content creator, sometimes that could be difficult, right?
Right.
But again, there's free tools that can still assist you. That's out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Google. No, like ChatGPT.
ChatGPT is awesome. It
Okay.
really is. But yeah, there's a lot of different platforms that can help you to do that, you know. But also think about, you know, trial and error, right? You can get in there yourself and just say, okay, I'm gonna try these specific hashtags and I'm gonna try this many versus this many, right? So you can test it out yourself, you
Yeah.
know, even though there's platforms that can, you know, help you get there quicker, you can still do things on your own. So
Yeah.
don't let that hold you back. Okay. Yeah. But hashtags are still relevant.
They are still relevant. I used to just do a quick search on Google. Google University will teach you
you
everything
go.
you know. You need to know. Yeah, but I would just do a quick, like, what's a popular hashtag for a reel about a, I don't know, event. Maybe I'm promoting my YouTube channel.
Right.
Like, you know?
Yeah.
And so it'll populate, like, I would go to the same site every time and it would just populate like a good 10 hashtags. And so I would use those and then I would see, okay, if I use these this time and then just generate my own, just for my own mind, like kind of compare and contrast, like, is this bringing more traffic because I use these? Or, and then if it is, then what's the common denominator? Like, what is this particular app using? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it more broad? Is it more narrow?
Right.
So just kind of like you said, just figure it out yourself, like try different things and test
Yeah.
the waters.
That's it. And Jerome just chimed in and said, Hashtagify is free.
Oh, come on, Jerome, let us know.
Greatly
Give us a
appreciate
connection.
you. Right. And, you know, you speak about Google, and I'm going to say, just like you mentioned, ChatGPT, I'm telling you.
That's
like,
the one.
you know, you take your information and you be like, hey, you know, this is the content that I'm about to post. This is what I'm saying in this content. I need hashtags that are relevant to this.
Yeah.
Right? It's going to give them to you like
Yeah,
that.
well.
Then you can go from there and be like, hey, Okay. Narrow it down to the best ones, like the ones I really should use. I don't want to use more than 5 for this post. Boom. It's going to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there are a lot of things that are free, including Hashtagify.
Have you done that?
Which one?
ChatGPT.
Oh, yeah.
The hashtags.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen good results?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Girl,
What's-
hey, listen. You see it and you hear it. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
All right, then.
Yeah, ChatGPT is where it's at, y'all. Okay?
Hey.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's get to this next point, is focus on stories and reels.
Ooh.
Okay. Example with that is Instagram and Facebook give priority to reels and stories in their algorithms.
Yeah.
Implementation of that is create engaging, time-sensitive content that is perfect for short, engaging updates. Okay. Use stickers, polls, and hashtags within stories for added interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, yes, I've seen, with the stories and the reels, like, it gets more views and more interaction. And I believe it's because how short it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People's attention span, right?
I would say like how short it is, but also how like authentic it is, because it takes a lot more effort to try to edit it and make like a, like just an edited reel versus just like recording just random content that's like in the moment.
Well, I mean, I think that, some people do things just to get views, right? So, and a lot of people mimic what other people do. So I don't think that I wouldn't say that would be, authentic if I'm mimicking what somebody else is doing, but I'm still getting the views. I'm still getting, the results, right?
Yeah. I guess I'm saying more like behind the scenes, like just kind of like unplanned content. I feel like kind of brings the person into it brings the audience more into that person's life.
Right. Yeah.
I know.
And that just depends on what your goals are, right?
Yeah.
So I could see somebody like you, how you like to, you're a storyteller, right? So you out and about, you're doing behind the scenes, and you chop that together and show like a day in the life of Liv. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's dope, But the reality is, it's like people just, putting out whatever fits to them, whether it be somebody mimicking what somebody else did that got a lot of attention, or something that was planned out, right? Like my promo for the studio, where I don't know if you saw that when I did the pole vote.
I love that.
See,
that was amazing.
That was something
that was fire.
I appreciate it, but I've had that planned for the longest.
I thought we were talking about stories. Oh, you're talking about reels.
It's stories
too.
and reels. It's all of it. Right? So stories and reels.
My comment was specifically catered to stories.
Okay.
But I do think planned content is absolutely necessary. Yeah. In both cases.
Right. But, just the fact that it gets a lot of engagement from it being so short. Again, I think, we're so into, the swiperverse, you know what I mean? That we just, and, seeing that quick clip. You know what I mean? That's just how it is nowadays, right?
Yeah.
But you can also use those clips to lead people to the full story.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
I would do that a lot with my stories. Yeah. And I'm going to use a poll in my story, whether if it's just like, would you eat this? Or do y'all like this? or like, how many heard this song growing up? Or what's the next verse to this song? Like, I will do that. And I think that I've seen a lot more interaction in my polls, in my stories, than anything. Like, I'm like, dang, everybody wanted to answer this question. That's crazy, but y'all couldn't like a post. No.
Hey, listen, it is what it is. And look, I would say this didn't mention YouTube, but the reels on YouTube or whatever. And that's what, shorts, reels, same thing, right?
Right.
Those get a lot of views, right?
Yeah.
So I just posted, the previous episode of Quit for What, that was, the edited episode, and then I posted a clip. That clip went crazy, right? But the actual show itself didn't get as many views, right?
Right.
But another thing, especially when you're doing podcasting, if you have an audio form, that might take off.
Yeah.
So I'm getting a lot on my audio side. So you just never know, right? So yeah, I think it's going to speak to that, being on all these different platforms and doing all the different things and whatnot. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next point.
Sweet.
The next point is adaptation to AI-powered algorithms. Okay.
Mm.
Adaptation to AI-powered algorithms. The example is AI is now driving algorithms to predict and prioritize user interest. Okay. The implementation on that is analyze your audience's behavior and preferences using tools like Google Analytics and adjust your content strategy to align with trending topics. Okay.
Okay.
So now there we go again with trending topics. So it's like, we can do our organic thing that we want to do, or we can be like, okay, here's a trending topic. Let me jump on this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the fact that we mentioned AI is really starting to, really work within these spaces. You have to lean towards looking at what's really happening nowadays that fits within my niche that I can speak to.
Yeah.
That might help the algorithm see that I'm speaking on these things and help push my content out there to people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Got anything to say about that, Liz?
Yeah, like kind of like what we were saying before about how like when with AI being able to predict like, okay, this is a trending topic, like this is a topic that a lot of people are on. That's what's generated on people's timelines because it's a trending topic and because a lot of people see it. Now they're creating content that caters to that trending topic or that trending audio. Like one person just used one audio or whatever. They create an audio that just goes viral. Then everybody's using it for everything. Like I think that is 100% just a really good strategy to get your content out there, because once you use that audio, then your content enters the entire audio page. So then you get to see every person who used that same audio, and they're also looking at you because you on that page because you use that same audio.
That's it.
So I think that that's also like leaning into like AI's prediction of trending topics can help boost that traffic that you're looking for too.
Oh yeah, for sure. Now this next point is something that we kind of touched on as well.
Okay.
Influencer collaborations. Okay. Influencer collaborations. All right. The example of that is content from influencers is boosted due to its higher engagement rates. Okay. The implementation on that is partner with micro influencers in your niche for product reviews or collaborations that can lead to better algorithm performance due to their high interaction rates. Okay.
That's a lot, but let's dive into it.
Right. So micro influencers, right? So when I hear that, it's like, okay, somebody that's like got big numbers, but not huge numbers, not like gigantic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so micro influencer. Thinking about, and this is, being a micro influencer, still you up there, you gotta be to, you know what I mean? To even be considered that.
Yeah.
Right? So like you spoke about your friend, right? I would probably say she's like a micro influencer.
Yeah.
Right? So that could be somebody, again, that you can reach out to say, hey, you know what I mean? Can you speak about my channel, right? And what you like about it.
Yeah.
And whatnot can help you, get to the next level.
Yeah.
Right?
And I have, we've done that before. Like she'll send me her stuff and like, I'll be like, this girl is so dope because she is. And she'll like comment on my stuff like, oh my gosh, like look at my friend, and like repost my things and things like that. And I think that like being able to have those connections and utilize your network in that way, man,
it's a plus.
It's a plus.
Right. So yeah, it's nothing wrong with reaching out to individuals, right? That, that you can cross promote with, right? But at the same
cross promote, I like that term.
Oh yeah. But they would have to, fit though. It have to be a good fit. You know what I mean? So whatever your niche is, they would kind of have to be within that same, niche or space.
Yeah.
Right. For it to come across right, or how you would want it to come across.
Right.
You
wouldn't want somebody that's like all into plants and like plant health, and you out here doing, I don't know, fashion design. Like you wouldn't reach out to them and be like, hey, can you promote my stuff? So like, you wanted to align.
Right.
Because then their audience and their followers that they're already reaching with the same content that aligns with yours, then you can pique their interest because they're speaking to the same things.
That's it. That is it. Cool. All right. So let's get on to this next point here.
Here we go.
Okay. And this is a good one, right? Mm-hmm. So respond to comments quickly. Okay.
Oh,
quickly. All right. So the example of that is algorithms favor businesses that interact quickly with their followers. Mm-hmm. Okay. The implementation on that is respond to comments and direct messages promptly. This signals to the algorithm that your page is active and engaged.
Hey, I got a really good example. So there's this influencer that I follow. She posted this tripod. She just did this really cool reel. And she's like, if you want this tripod, comment tripod in the comments below. Mm-hmm. And so, of course, I'm about to be in there, tripod. You know what I'm saying? That thing was fire. It was bending all types of ways. I'm like, how'd she get that and do that?
Right.
And like, as soon as I sent that, a message popped in my inbox with the link. And I'm like, how they do that though?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's an immediate response. But that's also, I'm pretty sure AI generated. I don't know what type of robot she got going on, but yeah.
So yes, that is a thing. And the wild part is I actually just implemented that.
You did? You got the AI robots too.
So you commented, and I think you should have I think I saw you got something back about do you know anybody who needs content? Do you or anybody you know need content?
Oh, I didn't know who that was. I knew that was from your account, but I'm like, why he sent me this?
No, that is it's actually called ManyChat.
Okay.
And it triggers when somebody says a specific word that you tell it, that you want it to trigger at, right?
Now y'all know.
Yeah.
The next time y'all comment. No,
but these are tools that you can use.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the fact that you know that, and that's another thing. If you think about this, right? That is what, ManyChat is for as well. Okay.
Yeah.
So you like, man, I don't got time to be, commenting back to all these people that might say something in my comments, right? So you get a service like ManyChat, which you set it up with triggers, right? For specific words or just comments in general, and it'll automatically respond, right?
Nice.
You can set it up to where it's like a constant conversation until you're able to get to it to respond. So there's tools out here.
Wow, that's all AI?
It's AI. Yeah. So yeah, but at the same time, y'all, the authentic, just straight up commenting and replying to people. And that's something I do try to do. Like when people, say something on my post, that's me actually saying, appreciate you, you know what I'm saying? And whatnot, but there are tools that can help you to achieve that as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And that's just a think smarter, not harder.
Exactly. Nothing wrong with it, y'all, but still you want to engage with your audience though.
Yeah.
You don't want to just be all AI, like you're not going to do nothing.
Yeah. Especially like earlier on, like as you really want to develop and invest in your followers and in the relationships and to know that like, hey, I see you, like I saw your comment and it brings value to my content. Like, thank you for that.
Exactly.
Goes such a long way. And then once you blow up like Mr. Goody over here,
here we go.
then you can start getting the AI robots to flood their DMs.
Right. And listen, she called me Mr. Goody because my studio is really Goody Studio.
Oh,
okay?
My bad.
Okay. Not like Goody Two Shoes. Like I think, it's the...
Yeah, no.
Right. It's the studio.
No, it's not an insult. No.
I know. No, you good.
That's our insider.
They don't know. I just got to let them know. They don't know.
Yeah.
No, you good. All right. So cool. Here's the next point. And that is long form content on YouTube.
Ah.
Okay. We talked about the shorts, but now we're going to talk about the long form content. Okay. The example of that is YouTube's 2024 algorithm rewards channels producing longer, engaging videos. Okay. So the implementation on that is create in-depth tutorials or explainer videos relevant to your business. Aim for videos longer than 10 minutes for better ranking. Okay. So I would say the key to that is engaging videos, right?
Yeah.
In-depth tutorials, explainer videos, but that are relevant to your business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was going to ask, like, what's the difference between a long video and an engaging video? But you just explained it. Tutorials and all them things. What if you are like a vlog style content person? How could you, utilize that same skeleton, if you will, of content? How can you like plug that into like what you're doing if you're not necessarily promoting a product or explaining or doing a tutorial?
Right.
Like,
so
how do you do that for a vlogger?
Okay. So just me thinking about a vlogger, right? So you say you do like behind the scenes content.
Yeah.
Okay. So what if it's a retreat or something that you go to and you do the behind the scenes, right? Then you do a long form video explaining the reason why you felt like you needed to go to this retreat and what it did for you.
Okay.
Right? How it helped you and what you learned. You see what I'm saying? You can share what you learned that can help others. Also, hey, the same type of retreat that I just went to, you may be able to find in your area if you need to have this feeling that I just got.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So to like bring some type of invitation, not just like, because I'm trying to think like what is the difference between just speaking about something or explaining something, what makes that engaging, but what you said is like inviting them into something that connects to them.
The benefit.
Inviting them into the benefit.
The benefit of the thing. You know what I'm saying? Because the reason you went was for, I don't know, you needed to, be inspired. You needed to have a safe space to be able to, release some things you've been holding on to, whatever it might be, right?
Yeah.
And how did it benefit you, right? You found this retreat that you were able to attend, and this is what it did for you because you were looking for a space to, you know what I'm saying? So just kind of explaining that to somebody, and they're like, man, okay. Let me look it up and see if it's going to be in my city sometime soon or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then they'll, probably continue to follow you if you're giving that type of, content, that bringing that type of value to your audience.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Kind of.
Here we go. We'll talk after the show.
We'll talk offline.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just thinking that could be a longer form of your, like you said, you have these tea parties, right?
Yeah,
communities. Okay. So you do the behind the scenes of that, but then you can talk to people of, what came from that. What came out of that. And they can implement something in their city, right? You know what I mean? That you might be able to attend. It's just a lot that you can spin off. Okay. All right. She got me going. Let's get back to this. Let's get back to the next point. All right. So the next point is emphasize quality over quantity. Okay. The example of that is platforms now prioritize content quality over frequency of posts. Okay. The implementation is focus on creating high value content that resonates with your audience. Use tools like Grammarly for copy and Adobe Spark for visuals. Okay. So with that, right? So we just spoke about creating high value, right? Bringing value to your audience.
Yeah.
Right. So you want to be able to do that, right? And then it spoke about using Grammarly, and I would say ChatGPT, right? I use Grammarly too, but ChatGPT is where it's at.
Yeah.
And then it mentioned Adobe Spark. Okay, have you ever used?
I'm not familiar with Adobe Spark.
Yeah. So Adobe Spark is sweet. I just actually used it.
Okay.
And I would say I think I've used it in the past, but I really used it this time to actually create a thumbnail for my YouTube video. Right. So now Adobe Spark is using AI as well. Okay. So I was able to pull in, actually have a template that I, wanted that spoke to the video, right? Like what the video was about. And then I pulled in a picture of me and, Kim, my co-host, and I was able to knock out the background and just within Adobe Spark, pull those in. And then it uses an AI generated platform within Adobe Spark that you can just say what you want it to be and it'll populate like in the area you want it at.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so it's like Mid-Journey.
I did see an advertisement about that.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's so many tools out here, man, that can assist and taking your content to the next level, right? And bringing quality to your videos or your posts or whatever it is.
Yeah. And also bringing quality followers, like quality audience, right? Because you don't want just like a quick person that's just like, ooh, just follow, but didn't really know like what you were about, and then they just unfollow you in like 3 days. But like to really cater like the audience that comes to you, to the people who want to invest in what you're talking about, because they're invested in those same things.
Right. Yeah. So again, that right there is, content that resonates with your audience. You know what I mean? You got to make sure it's in line with, what it is you're going to be talking about on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Reality is we might jump into this space of creating content or whatever it may be. And then like later on, we might pivot. Yeah. It happens. You know what I mean? But eventually you gotta, settle on something and stick to it and be consistent with it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's it. All right. And that's the way to build your audience.
Quality
audience. People that's there for what you got to give.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's who we want in the building.
That's it. All right. Next point, y'all. We only got a little bit of time left. And we're going to try to blow through the rest of these real quick if possible. That is localized content. Okay. Example of that is Facebook and Instagram algorithms prioritize localized content. Okay. The implementation on that is tailor your post to target specific locations by using location tags and localized hashtags. Right. Now that's something that I do every now and then.
Yeah.
But now that I'm hearing this, it's like, I should do it more. Reality is sometimes, because I was thinking like, man, if I post that it's local, it's not going to get out.
Right.
To people, you know what I'm saying? But now this is saying that, that's a good thing to do that. You know.
I try to add the location when it's relevant, but I don't know. When it comes to stories and I'm eating somewhere, I'm going to always add the location of where that is. Like in the little, like, you know what I'm saying, the little location finder, the restaurant name or wherever it is, or if it's a museum or whatever, because that's really cool, because that gets all the people that follow that museum or whoever is connected to that particular business, organization, store, whatever, now see you. So you'll just have random people who just see your things, who just follow that page. So I think that that's definitely something that could be an outlet, could be a connection, could be a quality follower.
Yeah. And I think, like you said, it's really dependent upon where you are. You know what I mean? It's what and what you're speaking on, right? What you're offering in that piece of content. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the statistics will show you who came from that. So like if you get like 20 people who viewed your story just because you tagged that restaurant, like it'll show you that. And I think that that's cool to like be able to see like, oh, okay, these people came from this.
Right.
And now I get to see if they actually align with, if what their interests are actually aligns with what I'm putting out.
Yeah. And depending on how many people you attract by that, you can go back to that restaurant and be like, look.
Pay me. Run me the money.
Right. You know what I mean? So, all right. With My Truth, thanks for joining. Greatly appreciate you.
Hey, welcome.
Yes. Okay, so that was localized content. The next one is shoppable posts. Okay. Ooh. The example of that is platforms like Instagram promote posts with built-in shopping features. Okay. The implementation on that is set up Instagram shopping and create posts or stories that allow users to purchase directly from the platform. Okay. So that would be, if you have like a physical item that you're selling. For me, I think about, like Quit for What, my merch, right? Yeah. Eventually I want to get to a point where, I'm selling some Quit for What merch. You know what I'm saying? So that is something that is good for, eventually. Yeah. Even if it's something that you don't have right now, you can always think about for the future. Yeah. Right? To monetize.
I used to have merch that I sold that I used Instagram stores for. And I think the cool part about that tool is it also shows you just like the foot traffic, like who looked at it, what time did they look at it, who added it to your cart, even if they didn't necessarily purchase, because then that gives you opportunity to follow up. You know what I'm saying? That gives you opportunity to use some of those platforms that send that follow-up email like, hey, you left something in your cart. How
Right.
many times do y'all get those? I be getting those all the time.
Right.
So I think that's definitely something you.
That's hilarious. Yeah, or you get the one that you already bought the thing, you still get notes, you left something in your cart. That's
I
happened
bought
before.
this, I
Like,
done spent my money.
Yeah, I had to send an email one time, like, I already bought this, okay? Like,
I turned this thing off.
right. All right, so the next point is interactive live streams, okay? Kind of like we're doing now, okay?
Right. What do you know?
Right. The example of that is algorithms promote live content as it garners real-time engagement. Okay. The implementation on that is host regular live streams with Q&A sessions, product launches, or interviews. Promote the event in advance to increase participation.
Nice.
Okay. Now, that part, we're doing, but promoting it in advance is, I would say that, we talk about, we're live every Tuesday from 8 to 9, but I don't actually, set up the live and like promote it like a few days prior to.
Gotcha.
Okay. There is something that I'm thinking about doing using, ManyChat to engage and get people to know that we are live when, and whatnot. But that's a part that I know I don't implement.
Yeah. I think that would be super dope for you to lean into that, even with like the conversation tonight about algorithms, even if you did like a super quick, like, who hate the algorithms? Y'all need to tune in tonight to this live because we're going to be talking about how you could get that together because the algorithms don't hate you. You just haven't learned how to use it yet.
There you
like
go.
just something real quick, like just drop it on our timeline. Like, oh, well, let me find out. You know what I'm saying? I think that would definitely add a lot of value to what you're already bringing.
Right.
And also it's you, right? So it's bringing your personality and people are connecting with you and who you are as well as what you're bringing them.
Right. And it's, I guess, I think about, like we talked about, like all the tools that you can use to help you to do the certain things that you might not have time to do.
Right.
So
and that's where Manny products come in.
That's why I'm telling you, like, I'm thinking about, implementing that into something like this, right? So trying to think smarter.
Not harder.
Yeah. Or work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, there you go.
Both of them. All right. So that's it. Okay, y'all, let's try to get through these. Okay, we've got a few minutes left. All right, let me see. So we just did interactive live streams. Prioritize first-party data. Okay.
Oh.
Example of that is with algorithms relying less on third-party data, first-party data becomes crucial. The implementation on that is collect email addresses and preferences through your website or social media. Then use this data to create personalized content and ads.
Oh.
Okay. So for me, it seems like this is like really learning what your audience really wants. You know what I mean? And then, speak to that.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Like really tapping into the community aspect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And connecting with them outside of just like this app, but like a little bit more personal.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's something that we talked about as well as far as collecting emails, because these platforms that we use, they can go down at any time, right? Email though.
We saw that happen.
Email has been like when the last time your Gmail, like my Gmail down, I can't. No.
Never.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, I'm pretty sure
That's
it's
not
happened.
a thing, but it's just not
but
a
it's
thing.
really not yeah. So that's something that we should really push to implement. Okay. All right. Next one is SEO for social search. SEO for social search. Okay. The example is social platforms are increasingly used as search engines. All right. The implementation on that is optimize your profile and content with relevant keywords that people are likely to search for on social media platforms.
Okay.
Right? So that's a wild one to think about, but I would say that YouTube, and I think that there is, something out there that says that YouTube is actually the top search engine over Google, right?
Really?
Because people go to YouTube.
That makes a lot of sense. YouTube University.
YouTube University to search for some things. I don't know if that's still to this day, but I know I've heard that there's statistics that say that YouTube.
Yeah, because even when I go to Google, I'm immediately clicking the YouTube
I wanna see
video.
videos,
I'm trying to, what y'all talking about? Like, what's the review? How I do this? What's the tutorial? So yeah.
Yeah. And too, just aside of that, I'm thinking that I wonder how Chat GPT is gonna fare. You know what I mean? When it comes to people doing search. But anyway, this is talking about social platforms. Okay. So I would say, YouTube is one. So if you think about that, if you're doing a video on YouTube, you really need to, think about the words that are being used in your title, right? In your description and whatnot, the keywords that will draw the people to your video, right? That may be looking for that thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I never know how to name YouTube videos. My titles just be too long, and it's like, this is not going to attract nobody. Nobody knows what you're talking about, okay? So I'll be using those platforms for sure. Like, how do I summarize this event or whatever I'm doing on YouTube, into a quick title that's not clickbait, because we don't want...
No, not that.
We don't want that.
Right.
But we want quality.
Yeah, Chat GPT.
Chat GPT, let me know what's up.
That's it. All right, y'all. So the next point is engage with trending topics. Okay. The example is algorithms often boost content related to trending topics or challenges, like we spoke about before.
Yes.
The implementation on that is create content around popular trends or participate in viral challenges to increase your visibility. Okay. Now, for me, I don't know. That's always been one that I'm like, man, I just really don't like doing what everybody else doing. I just don't like, what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. This is, I'm real. I feel like, I don't know. It's like a jumping on the bandwagon type of thing, right?
Yeah.
But I know it works.
Mm-hmm.
I just,
Yeah. I guess it's kind of like you pick and choose, kind of like the buffet of life. Like you some things you leave there, some things you take with you.
Yeah.
And like, if that's something that you're like, I'm probably not going to do a TikTok dance or use this audio, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that's just not you, I get that completely, because I'm the same way. I'm like, I kind of want more authentic quality content than doing all the same stuff that everybody doing. But I do see sometimes when it's an audio that's catered to my content, like it's an audio that's aligned, or I can align it because it's not always in alignment. Like, y'all know that chicken salad audio? Y'all need to come get y'all one of these. It's a chicken salad from New York Deli. Everybody in a great Uncle Steve was using that audio for everything. And when it came up with chicken salad, they would just put the title of the thing that they was actually like, y'all need to come get y'all this tripod. Y'all need to come get y'all this service. Y'all need to come get y'all, a stylist. Like everybody, Nailtex was using it. So like, sometimes it is worth it to jump on that bandwagon. But you just gotta see how you can align that with the content you're still pushing out. Right.
So look, even with the video that we spoke about with me sliding across the floor with the pole vault thing, right? Mm-hmm. I saw that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Right. And I said I wanted to do it, but I had to do something different. Mm-hmm. So that's why I added that clip at the end of the guy saying take it to a whole nother level. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I have, use certain things, but
that video is fire.
I got to do something a little different with it.
Yeah,
you know what
and
I mean?
Then you even did the spinoff of like the bloopers of like how many times you tried to get it right, and like, so you even use that to pull even more on the heartstrings of like, this is what it's like when not quitting for what, like quit for what.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool. That's it. So we can tie these things in. It just depends on how we choose to use it.
That's why we're creatives for a reason.
That's it.
Yep.
All right, y'all. So let's see here. All right, we got a few more collaborative posts. Okay. Example: Instagram's algorithm favors collaborative posts that tag multiple creators.
Oh.
Okay. The implementation of that is work with other entrepreneurs or brands on joint posts that showcase both businesses, doubling the reach and engagement. Okay. So I know we kind of touched on this a little bit, but that was more so like, okay, I already did this. Can you share it? Can you help, get it out there? Right.
Yeah.
Versus let's actually plan and do something together.
Yeah. I have experience with that where I had did like a review at like this just like this event space. And I just did it for fun. Like it was just fun. And then I collaborated. Like I just invited them as a collaborator and they actually accepted it.
Right.
And when I tell you that thing went crazy, like it brought all types of traffic, all types of responses. Like it kept like every day generating like so many responses, so many follows, all the things that the company that actually accepted the collaboration eventually declined it because they was like, this just
it was too much.
It was too much. But that is like, yeah, like that was the like one and only time that I did that.
Yeah.
But I do see that being like an asset. Like, and then they don't always have to accept the collaboration invitation, but when they do, like,
yeah, I think too, that right there is, yeah, you did the thing and then you invited them as a collaborator. I think it's more so like, listen, we gonna have this conversation that we gonna actually do this together. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then that's it. Not unless they really just back out, like that would look good on their part. But
Right.
it's really a collaborative effort, and we gonna really create this thing together and put it out together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's
Yeah.
what it's really speaking to. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's all a plus, right?
Yeah. And
You
that's
know?
cool too, because then you get their audience
Yep.
intrigued by who you are just because you're on their same platform.
That's
And
it.
your audience is intrigued by who they are just because y'all are
Yeah.
collaborating on a post. So I've done that before too. My friend has a podcast and she was like, hey, let's do this thing together. And so we did a collaboration post and that was cool because that brought her audience with my audience and the people who had the same topics and interests
That's it.
together, which
That's
is a
it.
big old family now.
That's what's up. All right. The next point, algorithm friendly caption length. Okay.
Ooh.
Algorithm.
I'm bad at this one, y'all.
Algorithm friendly caption length. Okay. The example, longer detailed captions keep users engaged and signal to the algorithm that the content is valuable. Okay. The implementation on it is write captions that provide value or tell a story to encourage users to stay on your post longer. Okay. So now when I think about this, right, I think about, because when you say captions, I think about the words that's popping up across, the screen as well. Or
Right.
sometimes you do the post where you have like, a paragraph of something
Yeah.
and you're doing something behind it. Right. So that may be what it's speaking to. Right.
I think it's talking about the caption underneath the post.
So for that I think about a description versus a caption. Let's read it again. Okay. Example, longer detailed captions keep users engaged and signal to the algorithm that the content is valuable. Then it says, write captions that provide value or tell a story to encourage users to stay on your post longer.
I think that's the description. I think that's the
You
same.
really think? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm confused. But I would say, regardless of what it is, I think that you really still need to write whatever to fit with what you're speaking on and make it engaging in a nutshell within that. Right.
Yeah.
So even when we think about the title of a video or the title of a post or whatever, right? Or the description or the caption, we need to try to make it fit with what it is that we're talking about within that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Within the title, within the description, within the captions, to engage people, the people that really want to hear about that.
Right.
So it takes some thought.
Yeah. I
You
think
know?
there's even opportunity to, I utilize that a lot actually. I think it's opportunity to further explain what that quick like 30-second little reel did,
Yeah.
like what you're actually saying in the captions. I have a lot of content on my timeline that's like, it's just like a quick, like, I don't know, just a summary of something, or it's like 5 ways to break this habit.
Right.
And so then they don't say it in the reel, but then when you go to the description underneath, it has this big old long thing that you read through. Yeah.
Yeah, but people
And
got to
keeps
click on
people
that though.
engaged.
But people got to click. Some people might not click on that either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like a hit or miss.
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying, regardless of where it's at, even if it's the title or something, try to put what it's about that's going to engage people within that, versus also, the description or caption, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it really just boils down to put some thought into the words that you putting on your your content.
Yeah.
So that's it. All right, y'all. We on the last one here. The last point, Liv.
last one.
The last point. And we went over a little bit, but that's okay because I wanted to get through these. Okay. The last point is diversify across platforms.
Ooh.
Okay. The example of that is algorithms can shift, reducing visibility on one platform unexpectedly. Okay. The implementation on that is don't rely solely on one platform. Build a presence on multiple platforms like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and LinkedIn to safeguard your reach.
LinkedIn.
It mentioned LinkedIn. And there's several more that it didn't say.
Okay.
You know, I've heard people say Snapchat, Pinterest. It's just like so many different platforms, right?
Yeah.
If you have the time and the passion to really engage on all those different platforms, more power to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can see that as being a plus, a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah. And there's platforms out there that can help you to distribute on all different platforms
like
at once. You know what I mean? But still, with even those platforms, you still, sometimes it don't come across like you want it to on an Instagram versus a Facebook versus it don't. Sometimes you got to go in and tweak some stuff after the fact, possibly. So, yeah.
Yeah. But you're a prime example at that, because even if you look at tonight's live, you what's all the platforms that we live on?
We have TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Yeah.
And LinkedIn.
Hey, actually, I was, what did I have it on? I had it on X.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we can do that in LinkedIn, but I just decided I'm gonna stick with these. You know what I mean? So,
but even in that, you found a tool or a way or an outlet to connect your content to all those things where it's not as time consuming as, you know, like I'm editing this for each one and I'm about to go into this app. Like we on one platform, but it's streaming on all platforms.
That's it. All right, y'all. So this here and everything that we went through were examples to illustrate how entrepreneurs can stay agile and thrive amid changing social media algorithms. Okay? Don't hate the algorithm, y'all.
Don't be like me.
Right. Learn the algorithm, okay?
Yes.
Don't hate the algorithm. Learn the algorithm.
Educate yourself.
That's it. And that's what we try to do here on Quit for What. All right? So listen, Liv, thank you so much for showing up.
Thank you for asking me to come.
She just came through in the clutch like, Liv, I need you. She's like, I'm hungry. I'm like, okay.
He got me some chicken.
Eat this chicken. She pulled up. That's what's up. So, Liv, you got anything you want to say before we sign off here?
Yeah, just keep going. You'll have your seasons where you get frustrated. You'll have your seasons where you got to step away, and that's okay. Give yourself grace in that because it's a process. I talk to Mr. Goody about that all the time. Where I'm just like, I just gotta take a break. I just gotta step away.
Yeah.
Even with us, like, you know how I started jumping on. We was just doing tests at the time, but even stepping away and exploring different passion pursuits, and here I am, you know, today, and like. That's just speaking to, it's a process, it's a journey. There's highs and lows and nuances, especially as a storyteller, content creator, influencer, however you want to call it. Lean into the journey, lean into the highs and lows, and continue to grow. Don't let failure be the destination. Let it be a detour. Let it be a lesson. So, and you're not really failing as long as you don't quit.
You don't quit. All right. And to speak to that, I always say, we might pause, we might pivot, but we don't give up.
Yeah.
Okay? And I'm going to leave y'all with what I always leave y'all with, and that is do what you got to do to make it happen. Don't give up. Quit for what? Until next time.
Peace.